Hello, good morning. Recording this in the morning. A couple issues last night. I could not go live, so I'm doing it now. This is going to be kind of a shorter episode. Not really much to that I really wanted to kind of get into and talk about this week. Next week, however, we will be talking about what the background is here. Not my camera background, but the actual background that you're seeing is the FIA World Rally Championship, the 2023 calendar. Calendar's been out for a couple weeks now. Next week we got round 1 in Monte Carlo, which has been the starter for quite a while. Great event. There's always a good mixture. It's typically a tarmac rally, but there's also snow and ice involved. Once they start getting up into the mountains and stuff in Monte Carlo, always a challenging event. For one of the more prestigious events that they have, and it's kind of a good kickoff. And then we also have Nitro Rallycross coming in next week. They're doing a snow event as well. That looks like it's shaping up to be pretty awesome. All of their events have been great so far. I'm very happy with the way that series is kind of going. Yeah, it's very good action. So just for future reference, what I'm going to be doing is a bunch of the races, NASCAR races, rally races, things like that. Probably going to do something for the Rolex 24. I'm actually going to stream a game. Obviously, I'll do the WRC game next week. Maybe Friday or Saturday. I probably won't tie it into the actual Untitled Car Show. I might not do it that way. It just might be a separate stream. But I do kind of want to give a little bit of insight into the rally. I will be doing whatchamacallit? I will be playing the rally. I'll race the rally in the game in a Rally 1 car, which is the top car. I'm going to go with the season. So I'm going to go into season mode, and I'm going to do it that way. And I'm going to go right with the season. I don't know if I'm going to stick to that the whole time, because there's a couple rallies that they don't have in the game. I believe the Central Europe rally, I don't think is in WRC Generations, which is the newest game. But there is a possibility that by the time that they actually get to that, maybe there will be a new WRC game, which has been passed off. The current developer, I can't think of their name. The current developer is not developing the next WRC game. So WRC Generations was their last game that they're going to release for WRC. It goes to now Codemasters. They're going to be doing the WRC games, which is fantastic. For those that don't know, Codemasters are the same people who made the Dirt series. So you have Dirt, I believe 5 was the last one. I've played that on stream. And Dirt Rally, which I've also played a bunch of. They have 2 of those. So, and those honestly just amazing games. Dirt 5 was a bit more arcadey and more had some Gymkhana and Rallycross stuff. Wasn't really Ken Block wasn't in that one. Ken Block does have a couple. I believe Dirt 3 was the big one, had his car on the cover and everything. But yeah, that's going to be, honestly, I really do look forward. I look forward to them releasing a new game. I haven't heard anything about Codemasters' direction of it, or when it's going to be released. But typically they've been released, I think, like September, October. So they should be hopefully right around there. I'm sure they have a solid foundation. Like I said, the Dirt series, fantastic. The Dirt Rally series, fantastic. So the feeling, the realism, like it's all there. It's all there. It's all fantastic. So really look forward to that. But on to Rally Monte Carlo. Like I said, I'll be doing that next week. I'll be streaming that. And then in the Untitled Car Show, I'll be talking about that, kind of what's going on. Because if I do the car show Saturday, you really only have Sunday left. So I'll be talking about some of the results and how things are looking so far. I will say right now, it only looks like my favorite team, M Sport, is going to be running 2 cars, unless they can get Sebastian Loeb signed into one, which I think they're hoping for, but really we're 1 week away, so it doesn't really look all that promising that Sebastian Loeb will be in. It looks like Sebastian Ogier will be in one of the Toyotas again. Obviously, he'll be one of the favorites to take the win. It's been basically Sebastian Loeb or Sebastian Ogier throughout the last bunch of years, really taking those victories. So yeah, it's gonna be a good one. I can't wait. I'm excited for. I'm also excited for the Nitro Rallycross race. So that's coming up. I'll be talking about that. Unfortunately, they don't have a video game, so I can't stream that. We got NASCAR is gonna be coming up in about a little bit over a month. Rolex 24 is coming up, and that's very exciting with the GTP class. The new prototype cars, they're all hybrids. You got BMW, Porsche, Cadillac, Acura. It's gonna be a good one to watch. I believe the entry list has been revealed for that. You can find that on IMSA's website as well. Entry list for Rally Monte Carlo. So there's going to be, I believe, 10 Rally 1 cars. There's going to be a bunch of WRC2 cars, and we have the junior WRC. Also, I think 75 entries in total. I could be wrong on that number, but the article I saw, I believe, did say 75, that is a lot of cars. Plus, I believe you probably also have local rallying too. So yeah, look forward to that next week. Rally Monte Carlo. Like I said, I'll be doing Rally Monte Carlo next week. So that's gonna be fun. What else we got? We have a little bit of weird news. So apparently, I don't know if anybody remembers Frankie Muniz or Muniz. Not entirely sure how to say his last name correctly. He's gonna be running the full ARCA series schedule this year, which is gonna be interesting to watch. If you don't know, Frankie might remember him from Malcolm in the Middle, and then after Malcolm in the Middle, I'm not sure. Really, that's all I know him from. I'm sure he was in a couple other things, but he's really into cars and racing. That's basically what he's been doing. He's been racing for pretty much since that show. The other thing yeah, so he's gonna be running the 2023 schedule, the full schedule, ARCA for Ford team actually. I was kind of surprised to see that news. That's definitely not something that I really expected to be seeing. Um, be pretty cool to see how he does, for sure. Um, but yeah, the ARCA series, it's kind of it's a pretty decent series, I would say. They do mostly a lot of the short tracks across the country. They do a couple dirt races throughout the year. Um, so those are kind of interesting as well. They use, they kind of use older NASCAR stuff. Um, so it kind of keeps the cost down a little bit, which is kind of nice. So you do have some series, some teams that are from the Cup Series do have development drivers and things like that they put in. Um, so that's gonna be interesting to see how he does throughout the season. I might keep an eye on that just a little bit, just because it is kind of interesting. Usually, I don't really watch ARCA all that much. Um, and then the other thing we have, Kevin Harvick released a video this week. I initially saw it on Twitter. I know Ford Performance, I believe, had it out on a couple other things. Obviously, from Kevin Harvick's social media pages, he is going to be retiring at the end of the 2023 season. He's had a lot of victories for Ford in the Cup Series, and it's gonna be kind of sad to see him retire from full-time competition. He kind of did hint that he might be doing some things here and there, maybe some dirt races, things like that. I remember Kevin Harvick coming in. I didn't really hear about him too much before he came to the Cup Series. And he came to the Cup Series after the passing of Dale Earnhardt. He came in to that car. They changed the number to 29, and it was a white car, so they didn't use the same paint scheme that Dale Earnhardt had. It's pretty much basically same sponsors and everything, just they changed the color of the car, they changed the number of the car, and that's really you really kind of would have expected it with how um, Dale Earnhardt's fan base, and he was big. Earnhardt was big and was a huge NASCAR personality. Um, the nickname, the Intimidator. So he took over for him, and he's been in since. Went over to Stuart Haas a few years ago, um, which was he was in a Chevy all that time until he moved to Stuart Haas, and Stuart Haas moved forward. So pretty cool. It's gonna be sad to see him go. I mean, some of these guys, especially last year, some of the guys who have been around, the more veteran drivers, kind of struggled a bit last year with the brand new car, the next gen car, I guess you could say, which I actually have. You can't really see it because I'm blocking it, but I have two of them up on my wall. Actually, one of them is a Stuart Haas car, which I'm actually going to do a video, kind of show a few of the cars and stuff that I have behind me. You also can't see the stuff that is directly behind me. It is a mess right now. I'm also going to have a bit of a car. It's going to be kind of a car corner. I would kind of like to go up through some setup changes. So I'm a little bit under construction right now. It's just kind of why the little bit of a shorter episode this week. And there is a lot to talk about with the seasons coming up. we do have a bit of car news and stuff. I saw a video this week. Another topic about electric cars. I should just do I should do another video about them, because there is a lot, and it's going to be the question raised in this video. Well, maybe not question. Talked about the weight of all these EVs. They're heavy cars. They're not lightweight. Most of them are heavier than normal cars. It's, you have the Hummer one. I think he said, the guy said it weighs like 9,000 pounds or something. They're huge. They're heavy, and they have to be, because the batteries have to be able to handle the distances that we want to be able to go. So it's just, that's another thing that I feel hasn't been accounted for. Our roads now, I mean, at least where I live, and most of the roads that I drive on daily are just, they're shitty. They got potholes, they're cracking, they're everything. So you add the fact that all these cars are going to be EVs and all of them are going to be driving on these roads, it's going to be way worse. Way, way worse. It's just not, I don't know, man. It's not a good idea. It's just not. I understand about the environment stuff. And I also saw another video, again, Jeremy Clarkson from Top Gear and Grand Tour, and Clarkson's Farm, which actually second season starts soon, which is awesome. I can't wait for that. Pretty good show. If you haven't checked it out, go check it out. It's definitely worth watching. It's entertaining, especially if you like the Top Gear guys. It's just stupid. It is. It's dumb. I mean, like, all of it hasn't been thought about. They haven't thought about it at all. It's just came up with an idea. That was it. Let's roll on it. It's stupid. He talks about his most hated car is the Toyota Prius, which he made known basically since the very first Prius, and always made fun of them, always hated them, which is normal. I hate Priuses too. They're ugly cars. They're just not my cup of tea. But he talked about them, and he said, you think you're doing good, but he does. He brings up the point that the batteries that you have to mine all the nickel for, and then you got to transport that to the factory, and then transport that. It's just a whole bunch of transportation of stuff that you've already done environmental damage to. Now you're doing more environmental damage because of all the transportation. It's just a cycle, and that hasn't been thought about. There's a better way to do this. And I understand, even if you just say, hey, let's do all hybrid vehicles and whatnot, you're still kind of helping out a bit. You still have more batteries that are going to be made, but it's just, something's got to be figured out. Like I said, because it's not going to work. Especially now at this point, I never thought about the weight of them either. That, and it's just, you can't drive great distances. And then even in the, we're experiencing now, some people not being able to charge their cars because it's too cold. You have, when it's too hot out, you have cities asking for people not to charge their cars because of the rolling blackouts and things like that. Yeah, there's a long way to go here, and it's unbelievable to me that people just jump the gun and are just like, yo, we gotta do this. The other thing that kind of ticks me off, and I kind of thought about it recently, was these manufacturers, and I know, Ford's one of them. So is GM, and a bunch of other companies. What, like, why are they just jumping on board right away? They're just like, oh, yep, let's do this. By this year, we're gonna be all electric, and it's some of them are very, very short time frame. I saw a while back that Hyundai was going to stop development of new gas-powered engines. That's stupid to me, in my opinion. Now they'll have gas engines, but apparently the development of like new ones, I guess they're not going to develop them. I'm sure there's more details that go behind that, but yeah, these manufacturers just jumping on it and be like, "Yo, let's do this. We're good to go." Um, it's crazy that they would just be like jump on that right away and just kind of just take it, instead of coming up with a different solution or trying to come up with a different solution or something, anything. That's just, it's crazy to me. I can't, I just don't understand it. But that's enough, bad. I'll call it bad talk because it's kind of a stupid subject, but it is one that is out there and does, I feel, need to be discussed. It's very impactful, so yeah. But yeah, there's gonna be some good things coming up. Car show, I feel, is going to get better. I do need to be a bit more hardcore and stick to get a schedule together. It is a little hard to keep the schedule a bit between work, between a lot of the hours and stuff that I work, and my daughter. So I'm a person who enjoys spending time with their child. So yeah, where things are gonna get better. I'm gonna be looking at doing cool stuff throughout the year. Car shows. I'm gonna maybe when I go to like the first car show, whatever, which one it is gonna be the first one I go to during the year. Maybe I'll try to stream from a little bit from it. We'll see how it goes. It would probably be from my phone through the app, just to see how that works and how it goes and how things, if it's worth doing, maybe like a little bit, at least for a little while at an event. I know IRL, like streaming setups, like there's whole, packs and cameras and things like that people use and put together, kind of like a whole, like a mobile setup of basically what you're using at home, but just a more compact, more portable setup. Yeah, that's pretty expensive. So we'll see how things go. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this, doing this car show a bit more and really getting into it. I will have a video to watch next week. And like I said, a video to watch next week that I wanted to do this week, but I kind of wanted to have more, think about it a little bit more. Also get permission from the person to use it. It's a friend of mine, so I'm sure he wouldn't really mind. I just want to make sure first. But yeah, video next week that I'll be talking about. We got Rally Monte Carlo. I'll be talking about that. I'll be playing that I'll be doing a stream of that event in WRC Generations. Yeah. And I'll be talking about Nitro Rallycross actually too next week. That event, I believe it's they usually have them Saturdays and Sundays. So it's a 2-day thing. So that's gonna be fun. I know Peacock is where you can catch that, actually. They do have that live, or you can obviously catch the replay. We got 24-hour Rolex 24 at Daytona. That's coming up pretty soon, too. So racing season is pretty much here. I mean, next week starts Rally Monte Carlo. You will have the Roar before the 24, which is usually like, the week before it. So, and I know a couple of manufacturers have been testing lately. But yeah, we got World Endurance Championship coming in. I think that starts in March at Sebring. They have even more manufacturers in their top prototype category. Some of the manufacturers opted to not do both IMSA and World Endurance Championship. A few of them are doing both. I know Cadillac is one. I believe Porsche and BMW are another one. But I mean, World Endurance Championship, you got Peugeot, you got Ferrari. Lambo's coming, I believe, next year. So it's going to be interesting. It's awesome that all these manufacturers are interested and are doing it. And they're all hybrids. So obviously they want to push hybrid technology. So we'll see how it goes. It should be a pretty competitive season. This year in WRC should also be a very competitive season if things go the way that I kind of hope. M Sport hopefully will be a bit more competitive than they were last year. They had a really bad year last season, but now we got a fairly solid lineup. I mean, Oitenak, former world champion, so when he's on, like when he's in a car that he's comfortable with, it didn't seem like it was really working at Hyundai. So it was kind of almost no surprise that he would have left. A few bad years there. So yeah, when he's on it, he's very highly competitive. We would expect Cali Rovanpera to be kind of on form of what he was last year when he basically just dominated the championship. And you got Thierry Neuville. Hopefully bounces back from his year last year. He didn't have that great of a year. Towards the end, it got better. But yeah, there should be at least 3 or 4 guys that are just battling it out. And I mean, hopefully, if we're lucky, the championship will come down to the final event, which it just very well might. So looking forward to hopefully a very close championship in WRC and the rest of them. Every series you kind of like to see close championships. You don't like to see somebody just run away with it. But yeah, that's it. That's gonna do it for this week. Not really much to talk about that I wanted to get into this week. There is some stuff I want to get into next week. Take the week and kind of get together some more stuff about schedules and events and lineups and whatnot. But yeah, looking forward to it. We got Rally Monte Carlo next week. Like I said, I'll be playing it. I'll be streaming that. And then I'll be talking about it on the show. So yeah, thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys on the next one. And yeah, let's get at it this week. I'll catch you later.